Welcome back to today's sad reality, where for once I'm actually recording during the day and actually in the hotel room. Right now my parents are still at the beach and I got back here early and I was like, you know what, screw it, I've got time, I'll just start recording and finish this, mostly because I don't have a video ready for tonight and I kind of need one, keep the streak alive, you know? The streak that probably means nothing to anyone but me, myself, and I. I'm gonna go ahead and turn AutoCast on because I'm lazy. Actually, I should probably drink. Oh, actually. Hold on. I'm doing this a little too much. I don't want to just get rid of all of these. Jeez. I was doing that for like achievement hunting or whatever, and I don't know. I feel like just normal gameplay, just sit down, chillax, eat a whatever the soda's called real quick. Now that I'm thinking about it, for the fishing boost here, and then just yap for 8 million years. Well, what am I going to talk about today? It's kind of the phenomenon of the last vacation, and it's kind of a weird idea, but it's simply bonus exp. I don't remember the difference between these. I'm just gonna do a bunch of these, I guess. Uh, but yeah, so you never know when the last vacation you're going to take will be, which is kind of sad when you think about it. But eventually that's going to be the case, you know. Like, and when I say last vacation, sorry, I should probably really heavily clarify that. Last vacation in the sense of like you and your parents, you know. I mean, I'm 21. I'm not thinking like last vacation ever, like you're gonna die after that. But there will eventually come a day when you're going to take your last vacation, you know? And the sad part to me about that is you don't know when that's going to be. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be whatever that vacation is. And for me, I'm just like, I wonder if it's this time, you know? Because eventually, you know, you're 21, you're still living with your parents, and you're like, maybe you should, like, leave the nest. But, not everyone needs to do that, not everyone does that. And, I guess the timing changes a lot, especially this generation compared to the last and the generation before, and you know, so on and so forth. But one day you'll pack up, you go home, and then you don't go back within the next year. You know, you're off and away, making a name for yourself and being somewhere else. Does it necessarily mean it's better? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's a little more lonely. Maybe it's just you that first vacation. Hopefully, it's with friends though. But in the case of parents, for example, it's like, well, at least you don't have to argue with them, you know? I know so many times, I mean, even this vacation, like, arguments over, like, the AC blasting, which I had to turn it off for this video, obviously. And then even just, like, small things, controlling, like, where we park the car, and when time we go grab dinner, and lunch, and when we're going to the beach, when you want to go back from the beach, what we're doing at the beach. And when I say all of this, it's all in pertinence to my mom. My dad doesn't care. And I'm like, thank you for being a normal human being, Dad. Mom, I hope you figure it out eventually. But that's kind of one of those reasons, too, why people eventually move away and decide not to. It was funny, too, my mom was like, remind me again who's living at our house, not paying rent every time I, like, disagree with her. And I'm thinking, you know, I can't argue with that. Yeah, you're right. But in all seriousness, I'm like, it's still kind of annoying. It kind of pisses me off, just a touch, you know, smidgen. But as a kid, you don't really think about time running out. As an adult, you kind of can't think about anything else. Sometimes it's like, oh, I need time for this. I need time to finish this project. Time to get this in college. Time to do this with my job, hobbies, YouTube, and vacations stop being planned for you. You start being something that you plan yourself. Or if you don't plan yourself and you just kind of go on it like on a whim. I know some people do that. I don't think I could do that personally. I feel like I'd have to plan like exactly when I'm going, make sure I have the money for it, all this. And I've got just a little bit in my bank account, but it's not something I really want to be spending or splurging right now. Especially because I've got so many other things I really need to do in life, you know? I feel like the people who do work a lot don't take enough vacations, but I think are happier working anyways. So it's one of those like kind of backwards, but maybe that's just a bad assumption on my end, too. I don't know. But traditions do eventually break. People change. What you thought was forever isn't necessarily forever. And it's sad. It sucks, you know? Stuff doesn't last. But it could also be good, too, you know? Sometimes you look back and you're like, did I really appreciate it? Did I waste it? I mean, I spent 2 hours at the beach today, and I'm pretty happy with that. Or I'm probably closer to an hour and a half, I should say. My parents are still out there. My sister's still out there. Me, I'm trying to get sunburned. I'm trying to be happy, content. My white skin, lack of melanin. Yeah, I burn really easily, and so do they. But I like keeping my skin intact. Thank you very much, UV sun. I remember watching, I think it was a Veritasium video for both of these phenomenon. The first one being that the vacations, like, it's only the high points that you remember, and it's not necessarily the duration of the vacation, it's the high point and how it ends. Those are, like, the two most important thing. So for me, being at the beach for 2 hours, I am totally fine with that, you know? For them, they gotta be out there a little bit longer, and I'm like, hey, that's totally cool, you know? I like my skin being intact, it's nice. I don't like peeling, especially when I'm back at work, looking like, if I have to sell things to people and, like, half my skin's peeling off, I'm guessing I'm not gonna be that successful. But you're also not supposed to take a vacation with the mentality that you're going to go back to work afterwards. It's like actually just sit down, rest, you know? And the second phenomenon, anyways, is once you are 18, I believe, you've spent 90% of the time that you'll spend with your parents, like, ever. You go off to college, you meet someone, you meet friends, and you just kind of, you leave, you know? I think usually it's the guys that leave first. I don't know so much about the girls. Maybe it's the same. Um, but usually I think it's the guys that just go off and are like, hey, I got dudes. We can hang out, roommates, party, do whatever. I actually have a coworker who had a story about that. He was like, yeah, never again. And for me, I'm not introverted, but I can appreciate the situation I'm in now, I should say. But yeah, anyways, the whole 18 thing. It's funny too. I'm playing a game where, like, I'm not even doing anything right now. I'm just sitting here, and it's still sometimes hard to focus. I wonder if that's just a product of me and not what I'm trying to do or something like that. So I feel like I talk about that every video and then I blame it on the gameplay, but I can't blame it on the gameplay. But so by the time you're 18, let's assume this is true anyways, you spend 90% of the time with your parents. I'm 21. I'm still on vacation, going here with my parents. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is it a blessing or a curse? Is it... Do you want to be? Do you not want to be? Is it a good thing you're spending more time with them? Will you regret it less? They eventually die? Or anything in between, you know? And it's funny too, because, like, there's naturally this rift that kind of forms too between you and your parents, or you and a parent, or just you and family in general. I think that's just a part of growing up. It's kind of foreshadowed to happen. Sorry, I heard, like, walking in the background. I keep thinking they're going to come back. I think it'll be a minute, though. I'm trying not to record while they're here, just for the sake of, like, why are you talking with your friends while you're on vacation? I'm like, no, I'm not talking with friends. I'm talking to myself. It's much more lonely than you think. But thanks, parents. Fishing's about waiting. It's about patience, about knowing you won't catch every good thing forever. And that's why I picked this game. I like otters, by the way. Otters are pretty cool. So, do a little bit of modding here and there. Just like life, just like family, though. It's not something that lasts forever. It's not everything's going to be good, but it'll be there for a while. And you can just kind of sit here, fish, and chill. Anyways, last vacation, it's not necessarily something that'll be marked on a calendar. You'll only really recognize it in hindsight. So my best advice from that is just make the most of every day, every vacation, every small moment. Try to be as respectful as you can, even when you know those around you aren't necessarily. I think if I took after my mom's personality, I think I'd honestly probably not end up in a good place in the afterlife. That much I'll say. But at the very least, it's something to learn from. It's like, hey, I don't want to be like this, but it's also a lesson in patience and a reminder not everyone's perfect, not your family, and certainly not those around you, you know? So if you're going to have patience with your family, then maybe we ought to have patience with random strangers and people like that too. Anyways, all that said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the last 3 videos posted. I didn't actually check those, which I probably should do. I'm a bad YouTuber. I don't actually check what I'm supposed to do, but I schedule them and I'm like off and away. It should be fine. I don't want to think about it, and it's probably fine. Hopefully. And I'll see you tomorrow for, if it's not on vacation, at least something maybe a little bit quieter. Maybe a little bit more evil in nature, though. But I've got plans for that. Anyways, all that said, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, y'all.